What's going on YouTube? 6'5 Rider here, coming back to you with another video. In today's video, the saga continues in regards to finding the perfect seat for me on my 2025 Harley-Davidson Pan America ST. If you guys watched my 1,000-mile Saddleman seat review, you'll know unfortunately I was not happy with that seat. I actually ended up putting back the stock seat because that seat was just so uncomfortable for me as a bigger guy. It was way too narrow for me, and it was pretty hard, but it was getting softer. Not as soft as the stock seat, but the narrowness, I just couldn't deal with it, to be honest. It was like causing me some issues, and like within 25 minutes on the bike, I just wanted to get off. So luckily I ended up selling it. Somebody actually bought it a couple of days ago, which freed up some funds that I was able to put towards this new seat that we're gonna unbox and test out here in a second. So the seat that we're actually gonna test out as the next potential long-term solution, I hope, is actually the Mustang seat for the Pan America. It just arrived yesterday. I haven't even unboxed it yet, so let's go ahead and do that. So here it is, you guys, Mustang motorcycle seats. You guys, if you know much about Harleys, you'll know how popular these seats are in the Harley world. They make some of the most comfortable seats, although they're a bit bigger and bulkier than, let's say, a Saddleman or something along those lines. However, the quality is just unbeatable. So one major difference between the Mustang seat and something like the stock Pan America ST seat and the Saddleman seat is the fact that these come as a single piece, a single seat, whereas something like the Mustang is similar to the Pan America Special seat, where it comes in two pieces. You get your something like along those lines. You get your driver's seat right here as well as your passenger seat. I love the fact that they actually have a seat cover, which is very cool. So like if it rains or something, you can always throw it on it, or if you're storing the bike, you can throw it on it. But damn, look at this quality, bro. This is the passenger seat. Look how much padding, look how fat it is. Insane. I mean, if you see the Pan America ST seat, it also has a lot of padding. And don't get me wrong, that seat is super freaking comfortable. My only problem with it is the fact that it goes down like this. You see that? That little bend is atrocious for me personally because I'm a bigger guy. So you imagine me, you know, big 6'5", 270-pound guy, and I sit literally in this tiny little spot, just starting from here all the way to here. So it's not comfortable for me. However, my hopes are that with this seat, it's wider and I'll be able to sit more flat, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, look at this, bro. So beautiful, the quality. Nothing beats the way the Saddleman seat looks. I mean, I'll admit to that, but I'd rather, honestly, at this point, sacrifice the looks for comfort, and this doesn't look too bad. And to be honest, look how freaking wide this thing is. All right, let's go ahead and install it on the bike. So it's super easy to remove the seat. If you guys are not familiar with the Pan America, all you gotta do is put your key in here. It unlocks it from the back and you just lift it right off. Hey, if this turns out to be a comfortable seat for me, that stock seat might go for sale. If somebody's interested, DM me, let me know. So the one thing that I heard about this that some people are complaining about is that it only has, you'll see, one setting or one height. So it only fits in one of these grooves for some reason. So let's see here. Okay, it's not bad. Yeah, it looks like it only fits in the bottom groove. You can lay it on the top groove, but then it's like super unstable, you know? But damn, look how flat it is, yo. This is literally what I've been looking for. I wish I'm able to put it on the top groove just because it'll give me personally some additional height, but it's okay. Let's see. Dude, insane. Let me come around here and take a look on this side. Sheesh, dude, look at that. Oh man, you see how flat it is? So much better already. Oh man, I am happy. I can't wait to actually take this bike out for a ride. I'll take it for a quick ride around the block here just to give you guys some initial thoughts. And we'll do, obviously, like we did with the Saddleman, after 1,000 miles, we'll do, you know, a 1,000-mile review or whatever. But God, look at that. I need to bring out the measuring tape. because I want to show you guys what it measures.
One eternity later.
Do you guys by any chance have a tool? I don't know if this is relatable or not, but do you have a tool in your toolbox or in your home or whatever that you just always lose no matter what? It's always misplaced. It's always not in the right place where it's supposed to be. Comment below if you do. Curious to see what that tool is. For me, it's this guy. It's always the freaking measuring tape, dude. I don't know why. Like, I was literally using it yesterday to measure a box, and I couldn't find it today. It took me like 10 minutes to find it just now. Anyway, let's measure this. I believe what on the Mustang website it said it was 14 inches. Yep, exactly to the dot. 14 inches for the driver's seat, about 11 inches for the passenger. Mind you, the saddleman was actually 11 inches for the passenger. Let's see the stock seat, how much that measures. The width here on the stock seat is actually pretty good. I mean, where your butt actually touches is around 13, 12 and a half, 13, something along those lines. So this one's even wider. Let's go ahead and do a first sit down on it. All right, you guys ready? I have high hopes. Let's see. Oh, and it's actually, oh my God. Yes, it's definitely taller. Actually, no, it's not taller. It's pretty much a little bit lower than the, it feels honestly similar in height, I mean, to the stock seat. It's definitely lower than the Saddleman. The Saddleman would set me up a little higher, and this actually sets me back further, which means, I mean, it honestly means that I have a more relaxed position and a less aggressive position compared to the Saddleman. Let me see here. Oh my God. Look at that, my entire butt is on it. It's so comfortable. I still wish I can put it on the higher setting so that it's more flat, because it's still a little bit pushes me forward, but not that bad, bro. The bars are definitely further, so maybe I need to, oh my God, it's so comfortable. Sheesh, I wonder what a Mustang seat would have felt on the Road Glide. What do you guys think? How does it look? Do I look more like parallel with the bike? I can tell you for a fact it definitely feels more comfortable. It's like a position where I can just like spend all day, I feel. But I like it so far. So far so good. But it's just like I said, I kind of have to reach for the bar now. Which is fine because it's a more relaxed position. With that bike, I don't know if you guys saw my last video of my new bike, but I got an MT10. It's fine. I can make that my ripper bike, and this will be my touring monster, my touring motorcycle. All right, let's take it out for a quick rip. Just ride around the block. Audio quality may not be the best, you guys, just because I'm not prepared to do this, but I'll take you along with me. Let's take it out and see how we feel. I do have a dinner with some friends a little later tonight, and it's about a 45-minute ride, and I'm thinking about taking the bike, and so I guess that'll be a really good test to see how it does. But so far, I like it. And look at it. It actually looks pretty sporty. Not gonna lie, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it was gonna look. Is it as good as the Saddleman looks-wise? Not really, but still looks really good, bro. Look at this. Wow. As always, you guys know I have to give you a cold start on this thing, because that exhaust is freaking music to my ears, man. It's funny, a lot of people say the Yamaha MT10 Crossplane 4 is one of the best sounding engines in the world in a motorcycle. I don't think many people have heard the Pan America with the Toast exhaust. All right, listen up. It makes the MT10 sound like, I don't know, like a, sorry MT10, sorry baby, but it makes it sound like a little 400 or something, I don't know. All right, let's get out of here and do this first ride. Oh my god. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, we'll see if it doesn't rain, because it said that it was supposed to rain. Huh, there we go. It just started raining. It's literally raining right now. We'll do a quick rip and come right back, but if it doesn't rain, I'm gonna take the bike out tonight and go meet up with my friends for dinner. But let's just take a quick rip and come right back. The seating position is definitely way more comfortable, but less aggressive, because I'm sitting a little bit further away from the bars. My hands are actually kind of extended, if that makes sense. But it's so freaking comfy. Alright, we gotta turn around. Rain's coming down hard. Shit, man, I should have just stayed home. The tires are probably like so freaking cold right now too. So there you have it, folks. Like I said, this seat is incredible. It literally changed out the ride feels. Obviously, can't really tell from a quick 5-minute ride, but just from the instance that I actually sat on it and how wide it is and how plush it is, and the seating position where it like actually pushes me back a couple of inches, because it does. It gives me all this room to be able to like sit there and change my position, whether I want to come closer or I want to be more laid back and go backwards a little bit. This is it, you guys. This just reinforces the fact that I'm probably gonna turn the Pan America into my touring machine. And, you know, if we ever do Daytona Bike Week or anything again, at least for the foreseeable future, this is gonna be the bike that I'm gonna take, unless, you know, something drastic happens and I end up getting another bagger, which I don't anticipate for at least another year, to be honest. I don't believe I'll get one for a while, unless something insane is announced in January. But even then, I probably won't, because I'll probably wait for a year and then buy it for so much cheaper used. Anyway, I hope this video is insightful. I'll definitely keep you guys updated. I'm going to put about 1,000 miles on it. We're actually at 2,000 miles exactly right now. I'm about to get ready this weekend to probably do my 2,000 mile review on the bike. So at 3,000 miles, I will come back to you guys and give you my 1,000 mile review on the seat like I did with the Saddleman. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, because we got a lot more cool content coming, especially with that beast over there. If you haven't seen it, check out the last video that I posted that talks all about it, and I am freaking in love with that bike, dude. All right, you guys, I hope to see y'all on the next one. Peace.